Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a bit different from my normal videos. I haven't done a tag video in quite some time now, I feel like. So I first came across this video on Istef Borer's channel, and I will leave the link to her channel in the description down below, so you can go ahead and check it out. Anyway, so there are 15 questions in total. Make sure to do it along with me and leave your answers in the comments down below. I would absolutely be thrilled to read all of your answers. So the first question. A book you tell people is your favorite. The problem with this question is I'm the type of person who never has one favorite. I always like to have multiple favorites. So I will just quickly tell you a few of my favorites. Number one is, in no particular order by the way, The 40 Rules of Love by Ayesha Syed. It will always hold a special place in my heart and probably will always be there at the top. Number two is A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman, the first one that I read by him and instantly became a favorite. Number three would be a historical fiction. I never thought this day would come, but here we are. Mornings in Janine by Susan Abul Hawa. Absolutely amazing book. From non-fiction, it would be Islam Without Extremes by Mustafa Akyol. Question number two, a book that is your guilty pleasure. So a quick answer would be Urdu books. Urdu novels that I have read recently. Number one would be Pir Kamil. Number two would be Jannat Ke Patte. Absolute favorites. I could read them any day, anytime. Just give me the books. I will read them. I will devour them. They are incredibly good. But when it comes to English books, I would say Harry Potter because it's a classic. At least I think it's a classic for us. It's a classic for our generation, you know, because we have grown up reading those books. Okay, number three, a book everyone loved but you did not. The first thing that comes to my mind is The Great Gatsby by Scott Fitzgerald. And second would be like Sally Rooney's work. Everyone seems to rave about Sally Rooney and her work and her books and stuff. But when I got it, I was not thrilled by it at all. Like I put it in my DNF pile because I couldn't just get past 15 pages. It was too wordy for me. It was like, I don't know, it was just such a confusing book. Number four, a book you read the fastest. Hands down, A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. I read it in one day, haven't done that since then, and haven't done that with any other book. It was so good. Okay, number five, a book that deserves more hype. So I would say Mornings in Janine by Susan Abul Hawa would be one because I haven't seen a lot of people reading it. But again, I came to know about it on social media, so I feel like it got the hype at a certain point. But then again, like it didn't get that much of a hype. Number six, a book that is becoming a movie or a TV show. Talking about TV shows, Harry Potter is being converted into a TV show, the books. And I am kind of neutral about it. Like I have seen both ends. Like some people are excited about it. Some people are really devastated and really angry, and they're like, okay, I'm done with the fandom and stuff. That's a bit of a radical response, I would say. But again, I understand the point of view that it wouldn't be like the movies. You know, the actors, the vibes, and all that. The OG, they will always remain the OG in my opinion. And then I'm excited for the TV show just because of the fact that, you know, an entire season will be dedicated to only one book. So all the things, all the minor details and stuff that they decided not to add will be added in this, in the TV show, and we will get a much more deeper look into that universe in a more like visual way. And then obviously J.K. Rowling is on board as well, so they won't be making massive changes. And if there would be any changes, then they would be digestible changes, I would say. Number seven, a book you have reread the most. I would say the Harry Potter series, honestly, because I remember 2 years in a row, I read it every single year. And I think that that's the most I have read a book. And then obviously, I don't think it counts, but as a kid, I would always reread all the books that I had. Like literally, I would, like during my summer holiday, raid my book collection and start reading all the books that I had in the store. Every single time, and it was such a fun time, honestly. Question number 8, a book from a genre you don't typically read. Okay, interesting question because I don't typically read historical fiction, and I have said it so many times, but in the recent past I have read 2 books that became my instant favorite, that were historical fictions. Number one is Morning in Janine by Susan Abul Hawa, and the second one is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuser. And then I would say Animal Farm by George Orwell is another epic historical fiction, teeny tiny book. You should definitely give it a go. and you will, I promise you will love it because it's like 100 pages long. Question 9, a book that deserves all the hype it gets. Wow. Okay, The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. And I'm glad that more and more people are finding it and reading it. Question 10, a book you usually recommend when asked to give a recommendation. I normally recommend The 40 Rules of Love by Alif Shafak. Like it's, I have talked about it so many times, but I will always talk about it because it's an incredible book. I also recommend the Harry Potter series, depending on who is asking me, and if they tell me that, you know, they like fantasy. And I also now have started adding Mornings in Janine by Susan Abul Hawa, if someone says that they like reading historical fiction. And then A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. Incredible stuff. Question 11, a book that has your favorite characters. Wow. Okay, I would definitely hands down say Peter Kamal and Jannat Ke Patte. Peter Kamal by Umair Ahmad, Jannat Ke Patte by Nimr Ahmad. I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, but like if you have read these novels, you know what I'm talking about. When it comes to English novels and English characters, I don't think any apart from Harry Potter. Part of the reason is I can't connect with the characters when I'm reading English novels because they're not written by someone who is from our culture. That's why I'm talking about Urdu novels, because I can relate to these characters and I can understand these characters and I can appreciate these characters. Question 12, a book you wish you could live in. Interesting question. I wish, okay, so interestingly, I think I would love to live in the world of The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and similarly in The Night Circus, again by the same author, because I feel like she has created these worlds incredibly well. Even though I didn't like the books as much, but I absolutely loved the way those worlds have been created, and I would definitely want to live in there. Question 13, a book you thought you would hate but ended up loving. So I recently read The Cerulean Sea. I wouldn't say that I absolutely loved it. There were certain elements that I didn't like, but apart from that, it was a pretty pleasant read. Besides being pleasant, it was also a fun read, a quick read, and that's what I liked about it. But at the same time, I feel like I also liked the fantasy about it, you know, but not too much. If you like Harry Potter, then you should probably give it a go. You might enjoy it. Okay, number 14, a book that made you cry. Anything by Frederick Backman. I have read 3 books and he has made me cry in all of his books. I have cried in all the 3 books that I read. Okay, the final question, a book you wish you could read for the first time. A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. I wish I could just go back in time and read it all over again from a first eye perspective. So those were the 15 questions. It was fun. I always enjoy doing tag videos. It is always fun to answer the questions, and I hope that you would find something of some sort of a recommendation from watching this video. Again, just a reminder, make sure to leave your answers in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will leave the links to my social medias in the description, and I will also leave the handles on the screen. And I will see you guys really soon, inshallah. Till then, take care. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.